Hi everyone, and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today we're going to be making Hungarian goulash. So we're going to start with a pan, and you're going to put just a little bit of oil in the pan. And in here I have 1 to 1.5 pounds of an English roast. You can use stew meat already cut up if you want it easier, like a chuck roast to cut up yourself. And then also in this pot I have 2 medium onions chopped. So let's get started. I'm going to turn this up to about 8, get it going. You just want to brown the meat. I'm just stirring this all together just to get the oil all over everything. Because my English roast doesn't have very much fat in it, I did put a little bit of the oil in there. Now, if you don't want to use oil and you just want to kind of watch it and see how it does, that's fine. What I find is that when this is all done cooking, there's very little of anything in the bottom of the pan. So sometimes if there's a lot of like juice in the bottom, I will drain it. But if there's not a lot, I'll just leave it in there for flavor. As you can see, it hasn't taken long at all. It's been about 5 minutes and my meat is getting really brown and my onions are getting soft and translucent, and that's what you want. Now I am just going to leave my liquid in the bottom of my pan because there literally is nothing in the bottom of my pan. I'm just going to let this go just a few more minutes because I just wanted to tell you a little something. So, if you make this, do not think it's going to be like American goulash. It is total opposite. This is a true Hungarian recipe, and I wanted to do this cooking channel because my mom taught me all these recipes and I think they're dying off, and I just kind of want to bring them back again. And I'm hoping that if you guys see this and see the ingredients in it and how easy it is, because back then women were so busy they didn't have time to spend hours and hours in the kitchen just like now. You know, they ran the house, they ran the, you know, the business, whatever, and now it's the same thing. We're running. You want easy, fast meals that are good for you. So my great-grandmother was Hungarian and she passed down all her recipes to my mom. My mom, I can't explain to you what an excellent cook she was. I mean, I can't even do her justice because she was so good, and she was self-taught. They didn't have cooking schools for women back then. They had home ec and that was it. She was a home ec teacher for a while and she loved that too, and she taught kids tons and tons of stuff. So now that my meat is browned, and I'll show you, just get the red off of it. It doesn't have to be like, you know, crispy brown. What you're going to do, and this is the easiest part, in this bowl I have a 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard, 1 1/4 teaspoon paprika, 2 tablespoons of packed brown sugar, 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 3/4 of a teaspoon of cider vinegar. That cider vinegar is very important. It's going to make your meat tender. 3/4 of a cup of ketchup and 1 cup of water. You're just going to mix this up. Pour it in your meat. And this recipe doubles and triples great. It also freezes great. So, you know, if you're making a mess in the kitchen, maybe you want to double or triple it. And I find that everybody likes the sauce. So sometimes if I have more meat, I will double or triple the sauce just so everybody can get a ton on their noodles. This is eaten with any kind of noodle, usually an egg noodle because that's what they had back in the day. And so what you're going to do is stir that in really well. And you're just going to put your lid tilted like this. And you're going to put this on medium low. And you just want it to slightly simmer for about 2 hours. And just keep coming back and stirring it. If it's getting a little too hot, just turn down your heat and put the lid on. and keep checking it. This took about 2.5 hours, and the meat is fork tender. It's great. So what you're going to do now is you're going to take 3 tablespoons of flour and 1/2 cup of cold water, and you're going to mix it really good so there's no lumps. This is going to be your thickener, and you're going to just pour it in slowly. Like I said, this meal is so easy, especially if you have things to do. It could go as long as you need it to go on the stove, as long as it's being stirred occasionally and you know it's not boiling or burning or anything like that. You can be busy with something else. So now you just kind of cook this for about 2 minutes just to get the flour incorporated and so you don't get that flour taste. And then you're going to serve it over noodles. Now, how they used to do it was over egg noodles, flat egg noodles. But I am using swirly noodles today because I had these in my freezer and I wanted to use them up. But you can use any noodle you want. Everything is good with this gravy. I'm also making one of those take home to bake breads from Walmart because you're going to want to sop up all of this gravy when you're done eating. Okay, so here's our finished product and it's delicious. I'm telling you guys, please try this recipe. You will not be sorry. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and remember, you do you.